Don't call him the GOAT if that nigga ain't me. This corona not the virus, it's the new 5G. The radiation from towers spreading all through our hood. The government ain't shit, they trying to kill us for good. Then they murdered off Kobe, said he fell from the flight, when it's the same helicopter he been in all his life. Nigga, something ain't right, we gotta check for the facts. Them tanks ride through our hood, bet you they loaded with straps. I ain't trying to hear about who been the nicest, who got the most money, you can't spend it in the crisis. I'm dying for my hood like a soldier out of ISIS. Name the street after me, nigga, that's forever priceless. From youth programs to the food drives, you don't get a trophy when you changing people's lives. Just a bunch of hate from some people that you know, but in reality they really love you on the low. But they can't show it, ain't no love for a poet. They don't listen when you tell them not to buy it, nigga, grow it. This food ain't shit, we having heart attacks. The #1 goal, bring gardens back. With high blood pressure, we all diabetics. Guns ain't the only way we hit the paramedics, that's only 10%, the rest of it health. I did some research, you should do it for yourself. We gotta buy our hoods, it's owned by different races. My childhood friend was murdered at the gas station, but we don't give a fuck. I know it's harsh to say, gas prices dropped, it was packed the next day. Post a boycott, but that'll never stick, cause even if we did, nigga, we don't own shit. My heart is with the youth, they got the most potential. Let's show them how to open up some shit that's essential. Walk. You see, we often think that the biggest killer in the black community is violence and homicides, but it's not. It's only 10%. Even though homicides and violence do make up a lot of the murders and the deaths in our community, but it's really health. We die the most from hypertension, diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. See, where I'm from in my community, it's more than 60% of people who don't own transportation, with no grocery store in our community. See, in my community, over 50% of the people make less than $10,000 a year. And also, in the central community, the Downaway Projects, out of 100% residents, only 12% own homes, leaving the other 88% to be renters, so we don't own shit. And also, we have a very high percentage in infant mortality, over 20%. And that means babies dying before the age of 1 due to stressful environments and poor dieting. So we struggling all the way around the board, not just the violence. So we gotta get this shit together, man, cause it's way bigger than what we imagining. It's way bigger than what we see. It's a lot going on. Even from our juveniles, from our kids, 90% of the juveniles in Cuyahoga County that's incarcerated is black. 70% of the juveniles in Cuyahoga County that got felonies is black. So that's majority of our youth either got felonies or incarcerated. But see, it's not their fault. See, this shit been going on way before us, so we can't just continue just to blame us, or the older generations just can't continue to say them young niggas keep fucking up, when in reality, y'all never did shit or left us nothing to inherit. So this shit is generational. But at what point do we break this generational curse? And oh yeah, rest in peace to that 15-year-old kid who died on Case Court in my neighborhood like a week ago. He was murdered to gun violence. And rest in peace to my next door neighbor, that shit never made the news. Her boyfriend shot her, killed her, and shot himself. That shit never made the news. See, this the shit nobody talk about down in these Downaway Projects. There's so much going on down here, but that shit get overlooked and covered up. And one more last important thing is for the young ladies. You know, I was once a victim to teenage pregnancy as well. I was 17 years old when I had my daughter. The biggest killer in young ladies today is teenage pregnancy. 70,000 young ladies die a year globally from teenage pregnancy, from birth defects. Free thinkers.